Hello guys, how's it going? So spring has sprung here in Australia, nature resumes her beauty, and gloomy days turn to sunshine. The plants start to bud and others already showing off their beautiful flowers. Spring is when you also work and do some maintenance in the garden. Eliminate debris, sweep out soil remnants, hunt down and remove garden pests, and clean off shelves. Garden cleanup can also prevent pests and causing problems when temperature warm. And that's what I'm going to share to you in this video. I'm going to do some maintenance in my succulent shelving area. Here are some of the products that I'm going to use for my succulent maintenance. For my fertilizer, I use Osmocote All-Purpose Slow-Release Fertilizer. I also use ant killer to prevent the spread out of mealybug, and I'm also using seaweed solution, which has a complete garden health treatment. So stick around guys and join me while I'm cleaning out this shelving and putting away my succulent plants. I already managed to remove the succulent on the half of that shelving, and it's a lot of work because I have to remove the top, the second layer, and as well as the bottom, because I'm going to clean that with water, host it. And all the plants are here in front of the shelving, over here and over here in this long big plastic table. So for now they will stay here. Now some of these plant guys needs to be treated, like this Sadeveria rolli, because I can see that there are some mealybugs in there, and you can see this spider web cuts a mealybug over here. So this one will be separate, and I have to treat this one separately because I cannot put or spray my plant with some chemicals. It's because I still have some ladybugs in there staying in my plant, just like over here as well. So there are a few ladybugs in there, and over this side here. So but this rolly, I don't have any ladybug in there, because this rolly is very tight, compact. I don't think they can really crawl in there and get some food. And most of these succulent are already producing some flowers, and that's why it means if we have flowers in our succulent, the mealybugs and aphids will be active and they will going to attack our plant. So some of these flowers I'm going to remove, so to avoid from these aphids going to our plant. Anyway, they are not so attractive. Some of them are beautiful, but most of it, like this one here, they're not really attractive. They're very little and it's not showing a nice beautiful flowers in. That's just my opinion. But some of them, this has some big flowers, like the, what we call this, which one is it, this one here, this Pachyphytum glutinicus, beautiful flowers. So I'm going to leave that, but the others I'm going to cut it off. Less work for me if we cut these stalks flower. And yeah, so here they are. Now we're going to, so this is the preparation I do during springtime or close to springtime. Now I'm going to clean up the half first, because I don't have room to put my plants. Yeah, I don't have any room to put my plants, so half of the shelving I'm going to clean, hose it down and then put some ant killer. Alright, so far guys, this side is already clean. I've found some few mealybugs in the timber, so I brushed it off or removed it with my broom, and now it's really very clean. And I will just let it dry for a while. So while waiting for this timber to dry, this side here, let's look at our plant. Let's attain our plant. So some of these plants are very light, so I haven't watered them. So what I'll do is, guys, I'm going to water this one with my seaweed solution. So I'm going to get the seaweed solution and I'll show you what sort of seaweed solution I'm using. So guys, here are some stuff I use to maintain my succulent. So I have this Osmocote cacti and succulent slow release fertilizer. I also use the Osmocote all-purpose slow release fertilizer. Now this one here, I use this one when springtime is coming because the aphids and mealybugs are very attracted to new growth. So I have this one. It helps the plants deal with pests, heat and frost. So I will water them at least once fortnightly with this one, and then this ant killer I'm going to spray it in this timber. Now the ant killer, guys, is to prevent the ants to transfer those mealybugs and aphids to those succulents that has no infestation or no mealybugs and aphids. So it's just for prevention. So I think it is very effective because I used this one before in my greenhouse, and since I put this one, then I don't have mealybugs and aphids in my leaf propagation or the new growth of my propagation in the greenhouse. So that's what I'm going to do. I know it's a hard work for now, but later on it will save you a lot of work. So here's the sisal, guys. Now this one I'm going to only estimate it. Now I'll put probably a cup full of this, like that. So this will not harm your succulent. It's safe to use in all kinds of plant. And then I have a stick here and it's just mixed. So this is just very what you call this, it's not strong, it's just very weak solution. Okay, that's done. Now if you want to be precise with the measurement, there's a measurement in here right at the back there, and you can just read that and use it to your plant if you want to be very precise with your measurement. Now I'm alright with this, and then we will go into water it in our succulent. So this one here is a rainwater, guys, that I collected. I don't know if this is enough to all my plants. Now you can also water on the top, like that. But if you have so much plants, guys, to do this, you can also get the hose on one. They have this liquid fertilizer that you can use hose and just hose it. That's what I should do. hose them. Okay. Have to see if this one is. No, it's heavy, so I'm not watered that one yet because they are still alright. Don't need to water some of them. I'll do it later on because they don't need to be watered yet. Alright. Now this one here, guys, this will be hard to water because there's no really like gaps in there. So what I do with this is I'm just going to here tap this one in here like that. You see that? That's what I do. Some of my pots that I can't water with watering can or hose, I just dunk it in like that, and that is good to go. I haven't watered this for a while, maybe, I don't know, I haven't remember when the last time I watered this, so that will be happy now. And the same thing with this, it's very light, so just dip it in there, and you see the bubbles there, there you go. That means that the water is going into the soil. Let's see, that's done. That's perfect. And my shelving is already dry, so I can put some of them back here. Alright, so with this empty shelving here, guys, I'm going to spread it with this ant killer here. So around the post where the ants will going to climb, and there. I will also do some thinning out for air circulation and taking some stem cuttings for propagation and to maintain the shape of the plant. And also I will remove most of the flower stalk to avoid mealybug and aphids attack or infestation, and check the plant for pests and remove dead leaf, which were the hiding place of some pests and harmful insects. Now this one, guys, is little gem, they called, and this is also very attracted, or mealybugs are very attracted to this kind of plant. but it's flowering at the moment. But to protect it, I'm also going to spray this with this confidor. I will just going to remove the flowers so those bees will not going to be harmed by this plant, because I think this confidor is a systemic one control. So we have to remove the flowers when you use the confidor, so that we will not harm the what you call this, bees and ladybug and things like that. So there you go. So this now, I haven't seen any mealybugs in this plant, but for protection we will spray it, because the mealybugs love this plant as well. Alright, I think that will do. It's already smothered with it. Okay, and then when it dries a little bit, then I will cut the flowers. Alright, that's it. So with this rolly, okay, hang on. Here. Now this rolly, guys, I can see that there are really a lot of mealybugs there. Can you closer it, huh? You see right here, you can see a lot in it. So this will be hard to remove them. Look at that. Oh, this is really infested. Look at this, guys. A lot of mealybugs in there, in this. Oh, look at this. So we can't do nothing of this. Instead, we had to use a chemical, because this is really infested.
What about ladybugs?
I know, it's lots in it. I don't. So what I do to save this plant, I hope we can save it, because there's a lot in there. I'm going to use this confidor here. Now this one is not flowering anyway, so it will not be harmful for the bees. And this confidor is good for mealybug, aphids, and some of these insects in here. So we will just going to spray this with confidor. Maybe use some gloves when you spray with this. Just spray a lot in there, put a lot all over this plant. Now, but this plant has attacked by mealybug, but it seems it doesn't affect it yet. Maybe yet. Now we make sure that they go through that thing, because it's really hard to treat this with brush and that. We need to really wet it with this confidor. Now after I spray this with confidor, guys, I'm going to put this away from direct sunlight. I will still put it in a bright light, but not direct one, so that it will not get burned and it will not damage totally this plant. So underneath there, there's probably more there, but I think I already done what I need to do. So it's time to put the succulent plants back on the shelf and arrange it nicely. So I already done my maintenance in this shelving area, guys. So the plants are back where they needed to be. There's some changes of the position because I can't remember the old position of the plants. So what I did is I lifted some of the plants like this compactum here. I lifted it and put a terracotta pot there so that we can see the beauty of the pot. The others are still on the same spot because some of them I remember where to put it. And I also raised some of the potted plants just like this. I'll lift it up a bit and put it in a candle holder so we can see the beauty of the pot as well. And then the other succulents are all in the same spot. And I also put Groot in that at the back and lift it up with some shelving in there so we can see Groot well. So it's so pretty up there. And then what else? I left this one in the front. This is so beautiful. The color is changing a bit. Before it's really quite very red, but still gorgeous. And then what else? My purple delight. I removed some plant in there. I cut it and leave the cluster. And then what else? Yeah, the rest I removed all the flowers. I just left this one because this is quite beautiful. I want to enjoy the beauty and the color of these flowers. But then there's a few here that I miss. I think this one, maybe I left this because there's beautiful yellow buds, and I missed this one and that one, so I have to remove them too. Yeah, and I also put the sunset pony in there, that head planter, so I can see it well. Some of the leaf at the bottom is drying because I haven't watered it yet, but it's the first time that I put with the sea salt seaweed solution. And I also add this Buddha pot. Now I haven't put any plants in there, I just put it there just to add another look in this shelving. And then I put this coffee mug here in front, and the jelly bean, pink jelly bean at the moment is so beautiful and colorful. There you go. And also over here are the same look, no changes. And I have this additional one, which is the carousel Campton, Echeveria carousel Campton. It's still soft because it's just new to me, probably few weeks, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And I put this one in my grow light. Now I take it out and put it here in my shelving area. And yeah, so the other is just the same. I put the Haworth here in front, see how it goes. Okay, and yeah, and the cactus are here. I put them a little bit apart from each other so that it's not so cluttered. And here at the bottom one, these Echeveria here are facing in one side, so I let the head face towards over there so this one here can get some sunlight. And same with that, same with the others, they're facing one side because the other side of the plant doesn't get enough sunlight. So yeah, there you go, that's what it looks like here at the bottom. Now this is my PVN that I beheaded. It has lots of, from one plant it gives me a lot of plant after beheading. So the plant that I put right at the back, guys, are those plants that doesn't require a lot of sunlight. So over here are all those Echeveria that really required lots of sunlight. And then next time I'm going to do my maintenance in my other succulent area over there. So that's what I do, guys, before springtime comes. My Ionian variegated one. Look, the color is showing up, and my lithops are multiplying. Before I only have one of each. Now look at it, guys, it's multiplying quickly. So I think I have to remove this Ionian and put it somewhere else. Repot it to a individual pot, this Ionian. And this compactum is really very colorful. Gorgeous color, very stressed, I think, or it's get a lot of this coldness at night. And then, oh, beautiful, gorgeous. Then all of the agavoids, guys, I didn't water them with sea salt because the soil is still wet. When this dries, then that's the time I'm going to water them with sea salt seaweed solution. But for now, I just leave it first. I haven't put my fertilizer yet, the slow release one. I'll do that next week probably. There you go. I don't really I'm not really particular with the fertilizer with my succulent because I noticed that they're alright even without a fertilizer. But if you want to propagate them, multiply quicker, then fertilize them, guys. Especially if you want to if you want them to grow a lot of babies, and if you're planning to sell, then give them a fertilizer.
So that's it for now, guys. I hope you liked this video for this weekend. And if you're my viewers and you're not subscribed yet, please consider to subscribe. It will mean a lot to me if you do so. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell, so every time we have a new video like this, you will be notified and you will not miss a thing. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to leave me a comment in my comment section, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So guys, I will see you next time. Bye.